Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today, we delve into one of the most unexpected, emotional, and widely discussed events in the world of Turkish showbiz, the dramatic turn in the relationship between actress Yağmur and actor Barbaka. What was supposed to be a fairy tale wedding ended in heartbreak, confusion, and thousands of unanswered questions. This is not just a story about love. It's about pressure, vulnerability, and the courage to say no when everything around you is screaming yes. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's unpack everything that's happened from the tearful wedding exit to the emotional statements that followed, and what this might mean for the couple's future. A day meant for joy turns into heartache. The day was set. A luxury garden just outside Istanbul had been turned into a scene out of a romantic movie. Elegant white flowers, delicate lights, a live orchestra playing softly in the background, and over 200 guests dressed in their best, waiting to witness the union of two beloved stars. Yammer, glowing in a custom-made bridal gown, designed by one of Turkey's top couture ateliers, was to marry Barbaka, her co-star and the father of the child she is expecting. The mood, at least on the surface, was filled with joy, anticipation, and celebration, but behind the smiles and camera flashes, something was off. Several guests later confirmed that Yammer looked unusually tense. Her smile was faint, her movements hesitant. As she approached the altar, she clutched her bouquet a little too tightly. Her eyes, rather than sparkling with happiness, seemed heavy, as though she were trying to hold something back. And then, something no one expected happened. Just moments before the vows, Yammer leaned toward Bar and whispered something only he could hear. What she said remains unknown to everyone but him. But immediately after, she placed her hand on her heart, turned away from the altar, and walked down the aisle alone. Silent tears streamed down her face as her veil drifted behind her in the breeze. There was no shouting, no dramatic scene, just silence, and a single wedding ring, left on a wooden bench. Her voice, her truth. The media erupted. Social networks were flooded, and fans were left in disbelief. But just a few hours later, Yammer herself broke the silence with a short but powerful message posted to her Instagram. "I couldn't pretend. I tried with all my soul, but something inside me told me to stop. My heart belongs to him, yes, but I'm not ready. We're not ready. We need time. Love cannot be forced." The post went viral within minutes. Some applauded her for having the strength to walk away from something that didn't feel right, especially while pregnant. Others speculated about what could have happened behind the scenes, whether there had been arguments, doubts, or pressure from families. Bar's response: a quiet echo. For nearly 24 hours, Barbaka said nothing, not a word to the press, not a post on social media. But when he did speak, it was subtle and emotional. In a short Instagram story, he wrote, "Bazen OK sevdiğin, gitmek zorunda calendar. Kalbime ait, ne olursa olsun, sometimes the one you love the most is the one who has to leave. My heart belongs to her, no matter what." This quiet message resonated with many as a sign of respect, a gesture of understanding, even love. It also seemed to rule out any anger or resentment on his part. Instead, it hinted at sorrow, acceptance, and perhaps hope, a pause or the end. So where do things stand now? Sources close to the couple say that Yammer has returned to her family's home for the time being. She's taking time for herself, surrounded by her mother and a professional doula to help her navigate this emotional time and the physical demands of pregnancy. Though neither side has confirmed a breakup, it's clear that this is more than a minor disagreement. People close to the couple describe this moment as a deep reevaluation of their relationship. Media pressure, the unexpected speed of their engagement, the emotional weight of an upcoming baby, it all became too much. Some insiders suggest that the final days before the wedding were filled with tension. Not necessarily scandal, but stress, differences in family opinions, disagreements about how the future should unfold, even differing ideas about parenting, what happened behind closed doors. Among the whispers in the entertainment world, one rumor stands out. Bar had developed a close bond with his new co-star on set. There's no confirmed infidelity, nothing that dramatic, but sources say Yammer felt uneasy. she didn't feel seen. She felt like something had changed. Not a betrayal, but a shift, said one source who worked with the couple. Add to this the pressure of a looming wedding, a public pregnancy, and fans expecting a picture-perfect romance, and it's easy to see how things could crack under the surface. Love interrupted. Not lost despite everything. Those close to both Yammer and Bar say that their bond remains. They still care deeply for one another, but the current focus above all else is on the health and well-being of their baby. Whether they decide to raise the child together or separately is still unclear. But what's certain is that both are committed to doing what's best. There are no signs of bitterness, only a quiet, mutual heartbreak. Support from fans and fellow women. Perhaps one of the most touching parts of this story has been the outpouring of support for Yammer, especially from other women. Thousands have taken to social media to say, "You did the right thing, you're not alone, and your feelings matter." Popular hashtags like #LoveIsNotForced and #StrengthYammer began trending, filled with stories from women who once stood in her shoes, moments when they too had to walk away from something that didn't feel right, even when everyone else thought it was perfect. One particularly powerful voice came from beloved actress Tuba Byk Street N, who posted, "Being a mother means knowing when to protect your peace. That too is love." Even clinical psychologists joined the conversation, explaining that what Yammer did was not emotional instability, it was strength. A refusal to live a lie. A courageous act in a world where women are often judged for listening to their intuition. Final thoughts. As of now, the future is uncertain. Will Bar and Yammer reconcile? Will they co-parent separately with respect and love? Will this just be a pause in their story or the final chapter? Only time will reveal what's next for them. But for now, what we do know is this: love, when real, sometimes hurts. It bends, it pauses, it retreats, only to return stronger. They may be apart for now, but their words, their silence, and their mutual respect speak louder than any ceremony ever could. Thank you so much for watching this video and for being part of this community. If you've ever had to make a difficult decision in the name of self-love, you're not alone. See you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.